Hey everyone, in today's video, I will be sharing the 5 financial goals that I wish I achieved in my 20s. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, and welcome to the series, How to Make It in Silicon Valley, where I share my step-by-step approach towards becoming financially free and becoming a millionaire. So if that's something that you're interested in, please join my journey, subscribe, and maybe drop a like if that's something that you want to do. But anyways, let's go onwards to the video. Alright guys, so step number 1, thing that I wish I learned back in my 20s. A little quick kind of intro. I'm 33 years old right now. In my 20s, I was not responsible with my money whatsoever. I did make good money, but I lost it all. I spent it on things that I probably shouldn't have, and looking back at it, I wish I had had this money system and money goals so that I could be investing it, or I would be invested at this point, and possibly, 6K of profit in my investments, whether that had been in cryptocurrency, index funds, so far and so forth. But yeah, I'm taking this series as a way to be able to speak to to myself, my early 20s self. And I want to be able to kind of help, hopefully, number one, be relatable to anyone in their early 20s and share my experiences so that you could, maybe make a better decisions that I made, right? So that you could be a little bit more closer to your financial dreams in the future. But yeah, anyways, let's go right into financial goal number 1. So, financial goal number 1, guys, is to have a cash cow. And that's kind of just like a term that I like to use, is having a foundational income, right? So it's important, guys, to have that foundational income in your 20s, whether that be from a 9 to 5 job, from a side hustle, from a, I don't know, from from a business idea that you finally started. You need to have stable income, and you should really work on trying to have that in your early 20s. This is important because in your 20s, you're probably at a point where you've graduated from college, you're ready to actually move out your house, but you're really ready to take on more financial responsibility and pay for a lot of your own things. In order to do that, guys, you have to have stable income, right? And it's important to be able to, number one, learn how to actually manage your money correctly. It's different when you have money and you have to pay for your own survival. Dollars actually mean a lot more. You're able to stretch a dollar a lot more than you initially thought you could. You make sacrifices, and these are all the important lessons that you learn at your early 20s. And from there, you're able to really learn how to actually be more financially literate and more responsible with your money. And it's great lessons that you're just going to learn organically. And yeah, in my early 20s, I I was able to find my cash cow, something that provided me good income, allowed me to move out, have my own apartment, buy a Range Rover. But looking back at it, there were a lot of things that I wish I've done differently. So yeah, we'll kind of go over the financial goals as we move on with the video. So yeah, step number 1, build your foundational income. And let's go right into step number 2. Okay, guys, so financial goal number 2 in your 20s, and is to actually track your budget. And this was the thing that I didn't do in my 20s, guys. I was very random with my spending. As long as I knew I didn't, have zero out at the end of the month, I would just spend my money on whatever randomly. And yeah, that's just not the way to go, guys. And I think the most important reason why you should be tracking your spending is so you could actually have money to invest. If you don't have a plan for where your dollars go, you're going to end up spending it, and that's just how the laws of money works. So really what it does too, guys, is it's more of a psychological thing as well for you, because when you track your money, you have a budget, where every single dollar is going every single month. It signals to the universe that you are an effective, responsible human being. You have control of your expenses. You're not just spending money emotionally. You're not spending money as for pride. You are being smart and efficient and effective with your money. And that's what tracking your budget does for you. And it's very important, especially in your early 20s, because look, it takes responsibility and it takes a certain discipline to be able to do that. So work at it. I use mint.com. Continue to use mint.com to this day. Set your budgets. Try to hit your budgets, and even set goals with your monthly spending. So yeah. Goal number 2, guys, track your expenses. All right, guys, onwards to goal number 3, and that's to actually build a emergency fund. So the experts always say that you should be building about a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. And in your 20s, what I would recommend, guys, is to focus on just 3 months. Okay, that's just to be realistic. In your 20s, you're young. You shouldn't have too many things. I didn't have too many things to pay for. 3 months was plenty. And as you kind of, if you start a side hustle, you make more money, you get a raise, start allocating some of that money towards completing the full 6 month emergency fund. I think it's more important to have that when you have a family, but yeah, just my opinion. So again, the emergency fund, the benefit from that too is, again, another psychological thing, okay? In your 20s, like how I thought about it in my 20s is, why would I want to spend money towards something that isn't going to happen, right? Or why would I want to spend money or save money towards something that might not even happen at all? That was kind of how I looked at it, which was kind of my logic to not having an emergency fund. And yeah, very irresponsible, guys. So yes, again, what this is a way to be able to flex your financial muscle, your discipline muscle. It signals to the universe. I'm a big, universe signaler person. I'm a believer in that, guys. But it signals to the universe that you are going to take action on being responsible with your money. You're stronger than your emotions. You're not going to see like someone driving a Lamborghini and then you're going to want to buy it just because you want to one up somebody. You have control. You have discipline. You have control of your emotions, and you are smart with your money. That's what having this emergency fund is for. Obviously, in addition to the obvious reasons, like if something were to happen randomly, a catastrophic situation, medical bills, or someone close to you just needs money, or else they're gonna get kicked out of their house. Whatever the case may be, you have a cushion. You have something that is specifically for these situations, and you don't have to worry about it. It's that extra layer of insurance and security for you and your future. So yes, emergency fund. Save up for 3 months. That should be plenty, and build up from there, guys, into 6 months. All right, guys. Financial goal number 4 that I wish that I achieved in my 20s, and this one's gonna be a fun one, guys, is to pay off all high interest credit card debt, or even loans. So after you get the first 3 things completed, you should have money allocated towards actually paying off your high interest credit card debt. Why? Because this is going to be the best way for you to be able to finally get ahead. You're going to be able to actually save more money, or even use that money to actually invest in your future. And everyone's told me you shouldn't invest money before you pay off your credit card debt. Why? It's because typically with the interest rate, especially if you have a really high interest credit card, typically what's going to happen is the money that you are investing and the money you receive from your investments actually ends up going straight towards your interest that you would be paying every single year. So really, in essence, you aren't making any gains. You're not profiting. You're pretty much staying in the same place, which is why it's very important to really pay off your high interest credit card debt in a timely manner. I would highly suggest to be, especially if it's above 5%, get very aggressive with paying it off in a timely manner. The faster you go, the better it's going to be. The faster you're going to be able to start investing for your future. My suggestion: anything above 5% needs to go. The higher the credit card interest, you should prioritize, and then from there go down to the lower credit card interest. There's different techniques that you could use. 2 of the popular ones are the snowball method and the avalanche technique as well. I'm happy to go over a video with that to kind of break down each things and dive deep into those two techniques. If that's something you want to do, please comment below and I'm happy to do so. So yeah, step number 4, pay off your high interest credit card debt so that you could go on to step number 5, which is going to be the fun part, guys. All right, guys, final step number 5 that I wish I did back in my 20s, and that's finally to invest. So I kind of look at this whole method, guys, as a step-by-step approach. Every single step is it's necessary to go on to the next step. Not necessary, but it's something that I would recommend and I wish I would have done. And if I were 20, this is the exact way I would have done it, step-by-step fashion. But yes, get the first 4 things done and finally invest for your future, guys. This is where personal freedom happens. This is where financial freedom is achieved, is when you start making the money work for you. Okay, so investment number 1, no brainer, guys, is your retirement account, and specifically it's the Roth IRA. The Roth IRA is, man, it's gonna, once you retire, that's gonna basically be that it's gonna be a cash cow for you. It's gonna pay you money back tax free, and not even that, is the money that you start saving is gonna, over time, is going to compound. So if you're investing $100 every single month, that money is going just to grow every single year until you're going to be able to pull it out tax free. It's a no-brainer, guys. It's something that I know a lot of financial advisors are going to highly recommend. And yeah, there's not too much more to say out of it. It's very, 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 it's a no-brainer. Now, the thing with the Roth IRA too, guys, there are some rules. You're only able to contribute $6,000 a year today in 2022, which is about $500 a month. Now, I understand that might be a lot of money for where you're at, but so you don't have to max it out, guys. Put something that you're comfortable with, and again, when you start a side hustle, you start making more money, simply allocate some of that extra income towards that Roth IRA until you're able to max it out. So yeah. And when you max out your Roth IRA, you could go ahead and start doing you could start going into other investments. The other investment that I would recommend is to actually go right into an index fund. Index fund is going to be super easy as well. Really great returns, really consistent returns, and it's very safe, which is why I recommend the index fund. Typically, the index fund is going to outperform everything after that. So just take it for what it is, and we can go from there. All right, so after that, guys, that is going to be all the things that you wish you probably should have done in your... After all that, that's pretty much the things I wish I did in my 20s. After that, you could kind of start getting into like individual stocks. You could kind of get into things such as cryptocurrency, real estate. But this initial 5 steps is going to be like that solid ground that you could build from, so that you could go ahead and start kind of mitigating risk towards those other investments. So yeah, but that's all I got, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Again, I'll be sharing my videos every single month. It can be very raw, be very real with this, and yeah, join me on my journey toward financial freedom. See ya.